Hello, and welcome to another Sequential Prophet 6 video. Today we're going to talk about the filters. This is a little bit of a funny subject because we have two filters and they can work in opposition to each other a little bit. And especially with high-pass filtering, you're sort of talking about the world upside down and in reverse. So I just wanted to find a way to demo that and address it. Let's start off with the low-pass filter. This one will whistle, so it's got regular cutoff. One second, let me negotiate my hands. So you hear it's nice and smooth. It is not an SEM type filter like the OV6 is, so it's just a completely different sound. Resonance all the way up does whistle. Okay, so you hear that. The high-pass filter, same idea, except we're going in the other direction, so we're removing low end. And I'll play the resonance too. You'll hear it does not whistle. It's resonant, but it's not the same kind of resonance. Okay, so you hear the difference between the two of them. And because we have two, we have like so many sound sculpting possibilities. So it's a lot. It's a lot to think about because you can have one filter on velocity and one not. We can have keyboard tracking turned off or on, either half or full. So that gives you some options. For example, let me get something going here. If we give it envelope amount, and what this means is, we're deciding how much the filter envelope influences the filter, and we are going to talk about that in the next video. But there's this added element of velocity, where the harder I press the key, the brighter it gets. Let's get it. So you hear I'm controlling all of that with just how hard I press the key. Similarly, we can have keyboard tracking turned on. So that makes the low-pass filter behave a little bit more like an acoustic instrument. So when we play louder or higher on an acoustic instrument, we get more high-end, more high frequencies. So this makes the sound work the same way. And, I'm just using a ramp wave with oscillator 1 here. So, lower notes are going to be darker than higher notes. So it's just turning on tracking for more of like an acoustic property. Okay? Similarly, the high-pass filter kind of works the same way, except in reverse. So if we have envelope amount, if we think about this is like sort of backwards, right? Because what the envelope is doing is raising the knob, especially with sustain set up. We're going to talk about this more in the next video, but this filter envelope influences the direction of both filters. So if sustain is up, we're raising the knob if we add envelope amount here. And you hear we lose all our sound, right? As opposed to a negative envelope, which brings, we're subtracting sustain, basically. The way it works is, let's try to get something going here. So you hear there's velocity. I've got a negative envelope amount. If I play quiet, we're getting the cutoff higher, and if I play harder, we're getting more low end coming through. So that's like a really interesting interaction you can get going if you get both of these, right? Another thing to think about, this way. is that we have keyboard tracking, which is the same idea, but in reverse. So in real life, a lower note on a piano has more low end than a higher note. So this is simulating that. So here's, a low note. You hear a lot more bass frequencies. If we get up high, we get a lot less. So bass and high. So that shows you sort of the basics of the filter section. The next video we're going to talk about the envelopes, and that's going to help show some interactions that happen between everything. So I hope this gives you some ideas, and we'll see you next time.